Hello, Command9 here with another Topic of the Week video. This week I'll be doing something that I've been wanting to do for kind of a while. Back in Topic Video 4, I did a video about Luke, Skywalker, and Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender. Soon after doing that video, I got a sequel topic ask from presumably the same Anon who sent the other topic, asking about Zuko and Han. I wanted to do that for a while, but I didn't just want to do it immediately. You know, I had a whole bunch of topics lined up. But now, since it's been a little while, it's been like over 2 months, like, pretty much, I thought, you know what, I think it's time to do that ask. So, the topic I got was, you spoke of characters like Luke and Aang. What about characters like Han and Zuko? It's true that they are appealing characters, but do you feel sometimes people miss the point of their characters? Like, some people will still describe why they love these characters, but talk mostly about earlier moments, pre-character development. Why do you think that is? And what do you think about these characters? Now, it's true that they're very appealing characters. But they're both very much the opposites of Luke and Aang. I talked about how Luke and Aang aren't the typical masculine hero type, and that they grow into the hero role over the course of their respective series. Aang over the course of 3 seasons, and then Luke over the course of 3 movies. The difference between, Han and Zuko are kind of different. Han is always sort of a anti-hero type character. He's almost bordering on, like, chaotic neutral. He's not really on anyone's side up until, you know, he grows in, like, even over the course of just A New Hope. Like, me and Angel in 89 talked about, talking about the Golden Trio in one of our other collaboration videos, about, you know, Han did grow as a character, and he did become a good guy, and even in The Empire Strikes Back, he's working with the rebels. But Zuko also had to grow into his role as well as a hero, and it was only until, like, the last part of Book 3 that he actually became a hero. He teetered on the edge near the end of Book 2, and then ultimately betrayed everyone. And then in Book 3, he came around and left the Fire Nation to join Team Avatar. And even then, that took a while. I would say, though, that, this is personally from what I've seen. I'm sure there are plenty of people who talk about why they love, or talk about why they love these characters before their character development. Hell, you know, how many people make a big deal about the scene between Han and Greedo? That's before Luke and, that's before he even goes with Luke and Obi-Wan. And then, you know, they talk about, like, that being Han's moment, when I would argue him, like, anytime he comes back to help people is a defining moment for him. But really, I think the thing, from what I've personally seen, is that people tend to talk about their superficial traits. How many times have you seen fangirls talk about Zuko and talk about how hot he is? Yeah. That, to me, honestly, I do think a lot of people, I think a lot of people really love Zuko post-character development. He grew into a fantastic character, especially once he really lightened up and joined Team Avatar. That, I think, that's my favorite version of Zuko. I don't think there are as many people who like Zuko in, like, Book 1, because he was kind of an obnoxious twat. He had some great moments, but not really enough to really say, oh, I like him much better than Book 3 Zuko. I like him better than the Zuko who went up to Ozai and says, "It's not my destiny to defeat you. That's the Avatars," and then leaves, when previous Zuko probably would have gone up and tried to fight his father, like an idiot. Han is a little bit of a different story. Han is already an experienced adventurer and smuggler, so he already has those working for him. So he's all this cool, suave, I'm Han freaking Solo, pew pew pew. You know, everyone loves that kind of character. He's got that roguish, he really is ruggedly handsome kind of look to him. It's like, and it's hard not to like Han Solo, even though he could be a huge jerk. The thing with him is that his character development wasn't nearly as big as Zuko's, which is why a lot of people tend to favor pre-character development Han over pre-character development Zuko. Zuko started off as a complete a-hole, like totally. He was one-track minded, he was immature, he was a brat, and then by the end of, even by the end of book 2, even though he betrayed everyone in Iroh, he still was a better person than he was before. I mean, just think about the way he talked to Iroh in book 1. He was constantly insulting him and, just being so demeaning and crude and rude to him. And then it was... So, I mean, of course, I would say that Zuko especially, it's the superficial, it's the hot anime boy kind of thing that a lot of fangirls tend to flock to. Then there is the fact that he is a firebender, and firebending is cool, and he gets pretty strong over the course of the series. So I do think a lot of people like that. Like a lot of people like Han Solo's suaveness. It's a superficial element that really doesn't get down to their characters, but it's still something that's appealing, especially great to look at watching Zuko fight. Especially once he starts, taking Iroh's lessons to heart. Especially once he, learns lightning redirection, stuff like that. It's cool stuff. It's not his character. That's linked to his character development, but it's not his character. And do people miss the point of these? Sometimes, yes. I think sometimes people don't really think as much about the characters. So a lot of people like Zuko. They'll say they like book 3 Zuko, but they don't really know why. I mean, they'll say, oh, he's goofy and funny, right? Instead of saying he's actually grown as a person, even in just such a short time, over the course of like a year, thereabouts, that he was able to purge himself of his rage and hatred, and then with the help of Aang rediscovered the true meaning of firebending, and was able to become even more powerful, but in a more pure way. I mean, there's so much great stuff in character. Zuko is one of the best characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender, simply because of the great character development. I mean, when people talk about character development, I think I talked about this in a previous topic video about character development. I think it was about Luke and Aang, about character development. But one of the reasons why Zuko is so great is because he starts off in such a low point. I mean, he's an idiot. He is selfish. He is rude. He is disrespectful. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. He shows promise, but he's still a prick. And over the course of books 1, 2, and 3, you see him grow into a much more mature person, which is one of the reasons why I hate the comics like The Promise and stuff are basically okay, let's have Zuko backslide. But yeah, his growth over is so compelling, and it's one of the main things that makes Avatar or Legend of Korra so inferior to Avatar: Last Airbender, is showing that you can have a character who was a straight up villain become a hero in the end. That he was able to work past his past, and he was able to free himself of his demons, for the most part, and join the main crew, which is a far cry from, well, Tarlok and Amon are bad, time to murder them! With Han didn't nearly go over as much character development as Zuko. Han was never evil. Han was never bad. Han was selfish. But he was really neutral. He didn't want to get involved in the rebellion versus the Empire thing, because he was like, that causes more trouble for me. I mean, the Empire's already enough trouble for me as a smuggler. I don't want to get involved in some rebellion where they'll want to straight up kill me now. So, but he did grow to care, and he grew to side with the rebellion, and he became, I think it was General Solo. I'm trying to remember, I think it was General Solo. Aaron will know. But yeah, he became a respected member of the rebellion. And it's just, I think a lot of people will miss the point with Han simply because his character development wasn't as absolutely severe as Zuko's. it's still great, and it's still great to see him going from, I'm getting my money and I'm leaving, to basically, I'm coming back and I'm going to help save the day kind of attitude. Especially when you talk about his absolute disrespect of the Force, basically calling it nonsense in episode 4, to basically respecting it and saying, may the Force be with you to Luke. I think that was even in episode 4. Like, it took one movie for him to actually stop being such a douche. But again, also, another thing about Han is that he's very much like a Tony Stark kind of character. He's kind of a douche, but he's a fun, entertaining douche. He's a douche. He's a douche, but he's not like trying to be an absolute prick to people. It's just his personality, you know. He's a douche, but he's also really fun, entertaining, you know, character. So when he says stuff, it doesn't come across nearly as bad as Iroh or Zuko telling Iroh, "You're just a stupid old man," basically. So really, honestly, I mean, that's the reason why people talk about Han's pre-character development moments more than Zuko's. It's because he didn't have as much character development. He still had character development. He still changed as a person. It just it wasn't the villain to hero. It was more the anti-hero to hero kind of transformations. So there were more steps for Zuko, and there was a bigger difference from the beginning of book 1 to the end of book 3 that you could tell between the beginning of episode 4 to the end of episode 6 for Han. I think I pretty much talked about everything of these characters. Yeah, honestly, this is a fairly simple topic, especially coming off of my my hour or something video with that Star versus the Forces of Evil. Still love that video, and it actually, surprising, that became my most popular video so far. Or it's not my most popular, it's the fastest, it's gotten the most views out of all my topic videos. My most popular one, as far as I know, is still one of my Legend of Korra topic videos, the one about Korra losing her past lives. Just let me check real quick on my views. Oh wow, actually, my Star vs. the Forces of Evil video has in fact surpassed that Legend of Korra. It is now my most popular topic video. Wow. I guess you guys really do like longer videos. I mean, I don't want to keep these long, but, I mean, honestly, I always try to talk about what I feel like talking about. And I don't cut myself short or try to keep it going any more than I have to. So, yeah, this, I'm pretty much done with this video. Like, I think I've talked about everything with the topic video, and it's much shorter than my last one. But yeah, I'll be calling it quits then. So, if you want to send me a topic, if you're on YouTube, just post the topic in the video, ask me the question of what you want me to talk about. If you're on Tumblr, just make sure to send me an ask and put topic : before you put the and then send me your topic. Just remember to make sure that it's something specific and that it's something that's fictional. You know, it's like this topic. Something, you know, that I can focus on talking. And always remember to follow the rules that I'll be posting below. So, thank you for watching.